So Logan Paul is suing Coffeezilla. I have some thoughts on this. Basically, Logan Paul has issued a defamation lawsuit to Coffeezilla over the videos that he has made investigating, exposing, and ultimately, showing the scam that Logan Paul was running called Crypto Zoo, if you don't know, basically it was a cryptocurrency game where you would get like an egg and it can hatch and you can evolve and merge different animals that you got together in order to make bigger and better ones that you then either sell or trade or whatever for cryptocurrency like income. And it was this big project that Logan was touting for a long time, and a lot of people put a ton of money into it. I think the total number that it came to was about like $18.5 million of investments were made in this project. But the game never came out. It just never came out, and Coffeezilla, after exposing it for the scam that it was, Logan Paul made a video saying, oh, it's coming out regardless of what you say. It's gonna happen. And evidently he has since then come out and said that it's not happening. They are not making the game. It'll never actually be released. And that raised a big problem because, like I said, a lot of people put a ton of money into this project and they have effectively lost it at that point. So there were going to be some refunds, if you can call them that Logan would issue to the backers and the investors of paid into this Crypto Zoo. But it was a small, like a fraction of what the actual total amount of money raised for this was. I think, like I said, $18.5 million. It was nowhere near that. It was like 1.5 or 1.2 or something $million would be available for refund. And as far as I know, not even that happened. Like, they had some sort of a plan for a little while, and then that just fell apart. Like, that just basically doesn't exist anymore. And so, Coffeezilla kept calling him out on it, trying to hold him to his word. Say, hey, you said you would refund. Where is it? What's the status on that? And eventually, we get to today, where now Logan is suing Coffeezilla, claiming he was defamed by his, videos exposing his scam and showing the scumbag that he truly is. So that's basically where we're at today, and ultimately, I think, this is ridiculous, first of all. People know now that he's nothing but a scammer, just trying to literally milk his viewers of their money. His loyal followers put money into this, and he can't even, come up with a solid plan to issue refunds for any of this. And, he has made so much money from selling Prime. Millions upon millions of dollars from selling Prime. So he effectively has like unlimited funds that he can throw at this case to try and effectively ruin Coffeezilla's career for the foreseeable future, just because he doesn't like the fact that he called him out on his BS and exposed him for the scammer that he is. And it's just pitiful. This is petty behavior at its finest. Like, oh, I don't like what you said, so I'm gonna sue you. That's ridiculous, dude. I don't understand how anyone can like this guy at this point. Like, he has just shown his true colors through and through, time and time again. That he does not care about his viewers at all. He doesn't care about people. He's just out there to make money. And so I think that, this could be a pretty easy lawsuit for Coffeezilla to win. Just because, it's blatantly obvious why this lawsuit even exists in the first place, and especially with the reasoning behind it and why it's even happening. You know, this should be a pretty slam dunk case, if you ask me. You know, Coffeezilla, as far as I've heard, has gotten some great attorneys on board. They really know what they're doing, and I think they can really shut this one up. But you know, we get to the point of contention where, you know, like I said, Logan has essentially unlimited funds to throw at this. You know, Coffeezilla has a large following, but nothing even close to what Logan is. So, you know, I don't think he has any sort of, like, you know, he has a Patreon. So, I mean, if anyone is interested in supporting him throughout this, I highly recommend you go check him out for sure. And ultimately, I just wish Coffeezilla the best. I hope he can win this lawsuit and finally put this Logan Paul drama to rest. You know, Logan needs to grow up and stop trying to point fingers at people that are surrounding him for his problems, essentially. You know, he's blaming Coffeezilla for effectively what is the beginning of his downfall with his whole scam problem. And, you know, he did that throughout the entire, you know, blowing the top off of the scam thing. You know, he was pointing fingers at everyone like, oh, you know, this guy was doing this behind my back, this guy was doing this behind my back. You know, I didn't really know. I was trying really hard to get this figured out. It's like, no, you were not, bro. Like, you were not doing any of that. This was your project. You were the one in charge of doing all of this. And now you've gotten to the point where you are now blaming Coffeezilla for problems now. It's like he just can't own up. I don't get it. But those are my thoughts on the situation. Let me know if you have any sort of discrepancies or agreements with what I've said. And yeah, go check out Coffeezilla. Check out his Patreon. He needs all the help and support he can get.